Hi there, I'm Megan and I go by Solar Glow Meditations. Tonight we're going to have a distance Reiki session where I have pulled some tarot cards to help me figure out what energy we're working on tonight. And then I also have a plethora of crystals in front of me to help guide the energy. If you guys are interested in knowing what these crystals are, don't feel like you have to pay attention in the video. I'll put them in the description box so you can go back and see what those were. Few other things, I do need your consent to work on your energy, so either out loud, in the comments, in your head, wherever you feel most comfortable, just consent to receive this energy healing. And if you guys do have requests for future Reiki videos, please do let me know. I do read through those. And let's see. I do also have a ad-free version of this for cheaper than YouTube Premium as a membership option on my channel. So if you want to join my channel, yeah, feel free. And I think that's it. I should make myself a list of things to remember. Let's start with the healing. I'm going to start with hematite. And this is going to start off a really buzzy session. Hematite is like a caffeine type energy. It's pretty dense, but it can be a lot. So we're starting this off strong. And this reading is very interesting. The overarching theme of this is that you need to work on a team and stop pigeonholing yourself into working alone. Just gonna start feeling through your energy. Can already feel this like buzziness starting to kind of plug through. Make sure you take deep breaths in. Part of starting with this really buzzy energy, I feel like I just said this, but I don't know why I feel like I need to repeat it, is to kind of spur you into that action out of your comfort zone. By having this tendency to want to work alone, to do it yourself, to just go do, you're missing out on a lot of opportunity for diverse perspectives. There's this like desire to avoid conflict. And I will tell you right now, I am guilty as charged. I do not necessarily like that. But there is something to be said for a healthy level of debate. You can't get stuck in this my way is the best way without considering other possibilities. Because you might be missing the entire point. I always say 2 heads is better than 1. Okay, this is starting to go to your head a little bit. So we're going to move on to the next crystal. This next crystal is merlinite. And it is named after Merlin himself, from what I understand. So it's quite a bit magical in this stone, but I think there's a lot of fear in the atmosphere right now about wanting to avoid conflict, avoid upsetting the norm, out of just like this fear of what it could turn into. And I'm here to tell you not to live your life in fear. I want you to think through the absolute worst possible thing that could happen. Say you want to challenge your boss on something, and you don't want to speak up because you fear you might get fired. I want you to take 2 steps back and say, okay, I get fired. What happens? Is this a reasonable thing to do? Maybe not. So you might have some grounds to stand on for an employment claim. Is he or she a reasonable person? And would they fire you for having a disagreement with you? Probably not. So, and if they are, perhaps you should consider finding another position or work on changing your perspective. How can you approach this person in a way that creates a win-win situation out of the thing that you're approaching them with? Hey boss, I disagree that we should do this because I think it will create this sort of backlash, but instead we could do this, and we've seen proven results this way and that. And disagreement and conflict doesn't have to be from this negative, I just don't like it perspective. Add some logic, add some layers to why. Hey, I think the color lime green is a terrible marketing strategy because they just killed the duo bird. Maybe we don't want to be associated with that. Or hey, this is a really great marketing strategy because the duo bird just died. Whatever it may be. And if you're not familiar with that inner lore, Duo, the language learning app, their marketing team is brilliant and caused great consternation by killing the bird, which is terrible. It created some conflict that generated some attention for them in like a very fun sort of way because they approached it so lightheartedly. I feel you tensing up a little bit. I promise it was an okay thing. It led to quite a bit of dark humor spun off on the web and a lot of brands jumping on board to riff or play off of this sort of storyline that was happening. Okay, now that we've got this action and this little bit of like tension of, oh my gosh, can I actually do this? We're gonna come back in and with a cleanse. So I've got my selenite here and we're just going to cleanse out some of the fear, cleanse out some of the fast reaction energy. We're going to leave the essence of these energies there, the call to action and the energy of disagreement and conflict and debate and having opinions. I'm finding great peace in this energy, which is really interesting because the card itself is speaking to disharmony and disorganization, sort of this conflict. So I think we're doing a good job of cleansing it out. There's also this aspect of how can you raise the vibration of disagreement? There's nothing wrong with having healthy disagreement. It's just doing so in a way that's respectful while having your opinions still heard. You're doing so great. Just settle into this energy, relax a little bit further. Take a couple deep breaths. Good, you're doing so great. My throat, something about it tonight. It is quite dry. The next stone we'll be working with is amethyst, and this is really going to start to bring in this ease of working together and trying to remove some of this overwhelm that comes from changing habits, changing culture, changing just how you operate. This feels like a nice massage for your shoulders too. It's really working around your heart center. I don't think I've felt the Reiki come through so strongly in a bit. You know, it flows and you can feel the energy, but there's something about this. It's like your body just wants to suck this energy up and is just so happy to take it. Let yourself find balance. Let yourself find peace and ways to eliminate the overwhelm. What are tasks that you can delegate? What are things in this conflicting situation that you don't have to do? Let the sense of overwhelm melt away. yourself relax. If you need to fall asleep, fall asleep. It's okay, you'll still get the energy healing. The way you're relaxing into this energy is just so incredible. I feel like I could just stay in this all night. It just feels so wonderful. I really think you should get an amethyst crystal to keep under your pillow. This is just so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. For the sake of continuing to flow this energy through, we are going to switch over to lapis lazuli, because part of your role in this situation is turning yourself into the leader. How do you create constructive conflict in a way to better the outcome? And how do you go and find the team you need to get yourself out of this pigeonhole of individualism? You know you are freaking awesome. And you know you can get stuff done when you just go do. But how can you make it even better by allowing things to slow down and to be done by more than just you? Are you open and willing to listen to what others have to say? Feels like you are. So be that leader. Use your intuition as a guide. When you hear ideas, you'll get that reaction, that gut feeling of, yes, this is absolutely something that needs to be considered, or no, that doesn't make quite the right amount of sense for this reason, but maybe if we tweak this idea just a little bit, that could help us get to a better product, a better outcome, a better situation, whatever it may be. You are so ready for this. You have been preparing for this for so long. Just make sure you keep breathing. I feel like lots of you will have fallen asleep by now, and that's perfect. If you're not and you're still with me, that's great too. I can feel your aura has just grown like 3 sizes around you. Your energy embodies you. You feel powerful. You feel ready to take on this world. This is an excellent spot to leave you for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me this session. I wish you the best of luck on whatever this endeavor is for you. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.